Hello there, thanks for coming back. Welcome to Alan Neilson's 54 years old and he sings the songs that he wrote 40 years ago. Oh, there are birds. Hi there, you're back. Thank you for visiting. Thanks for comments, guys. Thanks for whoever the subscriber was that subscribed and then unsubscribed. What's all that about? I always think subscribing's great because, you know, who's got time to go on YouTube and go, oh, was that person done something else? If you're watching it every week anyway, which I know you are, come on, subscribe. And then YouTube will be like, God, this guy's this person's got a good following. Anyway, I'm going to take you back to 1987, which I appreciate isn't 40 years ago, is it? I don't even know when 40 years ago was now. Anyway, 86, 87, I think this was written. It's called Typical Answer. And at this point in time, I was, as mentioned in previous weeks, being managed, and the manager thought it was a good idea to get a band together, and so we advertised for people to join the band, and this track, Typical Answer, was one of the tracks that we rehearsed, and yeah, in the end, I kind of ended that band. But anyway, yeah, Typical Answer. This was me at that age where you are questioning your politics and, you know, where you are in the world. And at that time, I'd met certain people from certain political parties and religious parties and things like that. And I was trying to find my way. And this track is kind of about that, and the typical answer that is in the chorus, and there's obviously the title, is it's referring, it never specifically tells you what that typical answer is, which, you know, I could say now I did it on purpose, you know, because it's clever not to be too obvious, but then afterwards I thought, I never actually explain that, do I? Anyways, the typical answer is basically somebody punching you in the face. Or, you know, when you have a disagreement with somebody and you can't reach a compromise and the other person just gets annoyed with you and assaults you in some fashion. That's kind of where I was going with typical answer. It's like, you know, I'm telling you that I don't agree with what your beliefs are, and your answer to that is boff. Here we go. Thanks for coming back. See you next week as well, because next week's one is another song written at a similar time that band, which coincidentally was called the Neilson Project. It was only afterwards that I realised that there was and obviously my name's Alan. Do you know that? I'm Alan, everyone. I don't know if I've ever said that before. Well, it's in the comments, isn't it? You know I'm Alan Neilson because it says, is the song? Alan, of course it is. It's in the song at the beginning of every week. Anyway, so yeah. So we were called the Neilson Project because it was a project. You know, it wasn't an official title. It was just kind of a working title. And then I realised that you know, one of the most famous prog bands ever is called the Alan Parsons Project. So who the hell would think of, let's call another band the Alan Neilson Project? That's hilarious, isn't it? Anyway, I'll show up. Typical answer. Standing on the corner, selling copies of the Socialist Worker and talking revolution and the tragedy of Trotsky and the oppressive style of stalling. Is this the answer? I don't think so. A drunken dancer, that's more the style of it. Typical answer I could see coming. Confession at the chapel. You has the right to say you're forgiven. Talking resurrection as a priest takes away your last notes. I suppose a roof for an old church is more important than clothes for your children, food for the children, a home for the children. Is this the answer? I don't think so. Can't live for something whose existence is questioned. Typical answer I could see it coming. A mansion in the country, left by your father. You've never worked a day in your life. All talk and no action ain't gonna pull this country back on its feet. Back on its feet. So give me some people who stand up for the rights of man. Give me some people who shout out, let's get to work now, right now. Is this the answer? I really think so. Typical answer. And my answer at the end was people who will shout out, let's get to work now. Yes, come on everyone. Alan Neilson's 54 years old, and he sings songs that he wrote 40 years ago. See you next week, everyone. You know where to be. Subscribe, notify, like, tell your friends. Yes!